if you got Game Pass, this is a very good time for you to have it. Game Pass just dropped recently two of the biggest, I would say, titles during this month. And next month is going to be Doom, The Dark Ages, which is probably going to take over both. I don't think it's going to take over both, but it's going to do well. Let me just put it like that. What are these two games? Well, one is a game that already existed, but they just shadow dropped out of fucking nowhere when this was going to be the title that was going to release during this month that everybody knew about. And all of a sudden, here come Oblivion creeping in. And then, but guess what? I thought this was actually going to matter. It didn't. Expedition 33 was a game that I reacted to 3 months ago that I actually said during the beginning. I think it was during the Xbox Direct. They were showing a bunch of different games. My favorite game included being in one of them, which was South of Midnight. Everybody and their mama was making videos about me because of what I was saying about South of Midnight. But this game right here was showed during that same press conference. And this was the only game to where I was like, I'm actually interested in this. It actually looks pretty good.
Get ready.
30 frames per second, but holy shit, this is the best looking turn-based game I ever seen. So I kept the same thought process for 3 fucking months, and then I forgot about it. I didn't even know it was releasing this month until bam, you got Oblivion. Bam, you got Expedition 33. I played this game before I heard anybody say anything about it. I didn't know anybody was talking about this game in a good light. I didn't know about the scores. I don't pay attention to review scores. If I find something interesting, I'm gonna play it myself, right? So I automatically knew this game was gonna be fun and good, right? Until I tried it for myself. And this is what happened. Wow, they got Thanos snapped away. Jesus Christ. This is actually a real serious story. This is fucked up actually though.
Je suis là.
Damn, start off like this?
Je sais.
Wow. And listen, just the beginning of this game made me feel more than I felt with most games that I played in the first 10 minutes. I only played this game for how many minutes? How many minutes have I been playing this? This already has me emotionally invested with characters that I just met. That quick. I was almost getting teary-eyed, for real. Like, listen, I noticed, listen, I don't care about this shit, for real. Like, if something touched me, it's gonna touch me, right?
Pause.
But I was literally, how they set this up, I was literally getting teary-eyed for a second. And I had to remember, I got people watching me. So I was like, bro, this is effective. So yeah, it blew my mind. Now, who's behind this game? So in case you haven't noticed, Expedition 33 was made by only around 30 people. Just fucking incredible. Because for the game that I played, it's actually better. Okay, let me just go out and say this. I think this is the best turn-based game to come out within the last 10 years. That's what I'm going to say. It's innovative. It does things completely different, and it looks fucking beautiful. This is what Final Fantasy VII Remake should have been. But because people are thinking that turn-bases don't sell anymore, which I can kind of understand, right? But it's not about what the fucking gameplay is. It's who's in charge in a direction that you want to take it. That's what makes it successful. Turn-based games like fucking Baldur's Gate, like fucking, what's the name? Metaphor, Persona, and now this are the upper echelons. These are the games to where you should be trying to thrive for. And this game, to me, just eclipsed all those games within that bracket. That's to me. And I played a little bit of Baldur's Gate. It's not for me, you know, but this game right here, more of these, please. These need to exist. But since this game has came out, people have been talking about a lot of different things, right? Like you got people who are basically praising this game over here. And then you got people who are basically trying to stay relevant by being negative about something that clearly is a big win for the industry. I don't know how you can bitch about this game. I don't know how you can nitpick about this game, but people are. Case in point, let me just show y'all this before I actually show y'all the bullshit. I want to highlight the good stuff about this game first before I talk about what stupid shit people are saying about it negatively. So this game has sold over 1 million copies, and it's not including Game Pass players. Pay attention to how they worded this, right? Remember when I did the videos on Assassin's Creed Shadows, they were talking about companies are very particular on how they say their success. Ubisoft for Assassin's Creed Shadows said 3 million players They didn't even say not including Game Pass. They don't want to do that. They want to keep it ambiguous. They just want to say we got 3 million players. This game that's a AA studio, not a AAA, just comes out and says 1 million copies sold. Pay attention to the fucking language. This is what matters. 1 million copies sold, not including Game Pass, is a goddamn victory. That's crazy. For a game that came out during the same time as the Oblivion Shadow Drop, are you kidding me? So this game, bro, 30 people just hit the lottery. This is the same thing that happened with Stellar Blade or Black Myth Wukong. Because Black Myth Wukong was, how many people on that team? 50? 50 people on that team just hit the lottery and now they're rich. This studio is going to be the golden standard for how these games are made in the future. You guys don't realize what the studio just did. They just changed the industry. I don't think that anybody can call this game woke. If you do, you're finding stuff now. You're nitpicking. This is not a game to where you can play the beginning, play hours of this game and still call it woke. You're grifting at this point. So I want people to understand this shit to where like they take this shit too far. This game is doing the right things for the gaming community in general. And anybody that try to talk shit about this game, you're going to hear it come from my mouth because now I know what person you are. I don't know who the fuck this is, but you're a problem. You shouldn't even be saying this shit. You're just literally trying to stir the pot. This is what I call, okay, how can I compare this? The Black community got people who try to start issues so they can make money off of those issues. Sweet Baby do the same thing when it comes to, consulting companies. They will come and strong arm people to create a problem that didn't exist, but then they tell them it exists. So they hire them to fix that problem that doesn't exist anyway. These are people, it's a business that keeps people in power, keeps them making money, and it keeps them relevant. So because this person has an account to where he only talks negative about games that come out, it was good during the whole woke brigade, right? Because most of the games are negative, you can talk negative about them and people won't think twice about it. Besides the people who's on this side who automatically speculate that people like you exist and they lump me in the same box as you. No, when something is good, I'm going to tell you it's good. I'm not going to be like, yeah, this game is woke just for no fucking reason. I'm not going to do that. This game doesn't have anything tied to it that's woke. So for you to say this shit lets me know who you are. You're a fucking grifter. You're a person who's just trying to stir the pot. Listen to what this guy said. Gamers, the Expedition 33 reports are true. How does a game that opens with a sundered early 1900s Paris set to a beautiful French song end up with a town full of characters straight from South of Midnight? It breaks the immersion, is disrespectful European culture. First of all, this is not an Assassin's Creed situation. You sound stupid. This is not based on history. This is based on light history. It is a fantasy world, literally, to where a painter paints away your age and you die. How the fuck can you compare that? How in your mind will you think that a world like this, that is so fantastical and fantasy based, that you assume that the characters are supposed to be one way? This is a fantasy world based off of French ideologies. You know, there's black people in France, right? Like, I don't understand what you're talking about here. Like this is an alternate universe. Now, if it was based in real France, like let's put it like this. There's a game coming out called Tides of Annihilation, right? Tides of Annihilation is based off of actual UK, actually, right? I'm not sure what time period, but it's based off of the Knights of the Round Table, but it's based in actual UK because they have the flag there and everything. Now, if they started implementing all these type of diverse characters in that game, I'll be a little fishy because it's based in real history, but it's just a spin. But even if they did have characters in that game like that, I wouldn't even care. Hell, Shadow of Mordor did that back in the day and nobody said shit. It's how you do it and what's your agenda. If it's forced, then I'm going to be like, yeah, this is a big deal. There's nothing forced about this shit in this game. It's nothing about it. You're reaching. You're going too far. You need to pump the brakes. And a lot of people are calling them out on this, and I like that shit because, to tell you the truth, this is how you know where the real gamers are at, though. Real gamers will celebrate victories. This shit is a fucking victory. 500,000 copies sold in one day. When Oblivion Shadow dropped, and this is a brand new IP. This is good. I don't want to hear nobody talking shit about this game. You can't. If you do, you're trying to find stuff now. Look at this. See, this is how the real numbers look, right? Let me put it like this. When a game sells 1 million copies, not including Game Pass, and you have this many numbers on Steam, right? This is realistic now. Now it correlates because now you can see what other consoles numbers might look like based off of this. You see what I'm talking about? You see why Steam chart numbers are important? See, a lot of people were bringing that shit up about me when I was talking about South of Midnight, when I was bringing up the Steam charts, and they don't even tell you how many sales they have because they don't have none. So it's not successful. This game is fucking successful. There's a fucking difference. Correlate it, connect the dots. You will see what the actual information actually is. People are not as dumb as you think they are. They can put the pieces together. Everybody knows South of Midnight was a failure. This game, however, is not. People are not going to take this stuff. And this happened when it comes to Stellar Blade First Ascendant. When you start to see these shifts in the gaming community happen to where you actually see who's the grifters and who's not. I'm just going to say a name right now. Melanie Mack, when it comes to that whole, when she was actually on board with fighting for Stellar Blade, but now since the First Ascendant comes out, all of a sudden she's talking about shit as being gooner bait now. You just played a game and basically talked about it and signed a petition of a quote unquote gooner bait game, and now all of a sudden you have a problem with it. See, this is where you're going to see where the true enemies are and where the true grifters are actually at. This is going to expose a lot of people. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to make money off of talking positive about this game because you're going to be in a majority because everybody's talking positive about this game. So now they're trying to be different. They're trying to be like, no, I still see the light. No, you don't. You're still in the fog. Charlie Cox, I didn't know this was his first voice acting role, but he did very good in this though. He's also good as Daredevil too. So if you don't know where he's from, he's Daredevil. And then you got my guy who's Clive Rossfield, which was my favorite Final Fantasy character. I'm just going to be real with you. Ben Starr killing it as this character right here in the game. I'm not going to tell you that who's that character is because that'll be spoilers. But either way, Game of the Year contender Expedition 33 soundtrack is over 8 hours long. You know people going to download this soundtrack just like how they did with Stellar Blade. This, man, I'm telling you. And the main story only takes 35 hours. I don't see why you would put only 35 hours when the game is not full price. This is perfect. God of War, the new God of War for PS5 is 30 hours. It's 35 hours long. This is not short in any way. So I don't know why they put only 35 for a full price game. That's a little bit, that's like a sneak diss to me, how you worded this. I'm not sure if you meant that or not, but I think that sounds like a sneak diss to me. 35 hours for a game that's only $50 with an 8-hour soundtrack and made by a dev team of only 30 people. This is fucking perfect. Million copies sold at 100,000 people playing it, 120 free on Game Pass with 2 games and Doom the Dark Ages coming out next month. Gamers are eating right now. We're eating big time. So I don't want to see none of this negative shit anymore. This shit right here needs to stop. Period. None of this bullshit. This is stupid. You're being petty. You're being a grifter because you're trying to be relevant by causing controversy. This is not the game that you shoot at. You praise it. All these other games that deserve it, you shoot at those games. You're not going to shoot at this one. I'm just going to be real with you. I'm not going to allow it, and I'll tell anybody to do the same thing. And I think a lot of people on my side right now when I'm saying this shit, because a lot of people are not taking the shit from you. You're not reading the room correctly. You're not. This is not the game to shoot. So don't do it. Enjoy it and praise it like it should be. About fucking time we actually had something like this. To all the people that did Expedition 33, you deserve the success. You hit the lottery. You made it up there with Shift Up. You made it up there with Game Science, Black Myth Wukong, and the people who did Baldur's Gate 3. You're up there with them now. You're in the upper echelon. So congratulations, because your studio is going to get much bigger from now. 30 people? Hell, it's probably going to be 300 people by the time you do your next project. Round of applause. This game is fantastic, and I can't wait to beat it. So yeah, we need to celebrate shit like this. And anybody talking shit like the one guy just said, don't do it. Read the room. This is not the title for that. It's not. Celebrate it. Okay? We're going to switch because, listen, if I don't stop right now, I'm going to just keep on playing it. I am. And that's a good sign. That's a very good fucking sign of the fact that I don't want to pull away from this. I didn't expect this from this game. I didn't. I did not expect me to like this shit this much though. Yeah. I'm going to quit. I have to, because if I don't, I'm never going to play Oblivion. Never. First impressions, time played 2.6 hours. Yeah, I played for close to 3 hours. So this game 100%, shit, right now, this feels better than Final Fantasy to me. If Final Fantasy is up there with Final Fantasy 7 remake is like a 9 or a 10 for me. So this game feels close to that or better. I don't know how this is going to play out continuously, but for right now, this game is a certified banger though. And I almost feel like I'm doing a disservice by quitting the game to go play something else. I do. I feel like I am.